All right. So there was a service that I needed to restart. Its name, I don't know, I've restarted a bunch of them actually. I think it might have been this service, which is it's a user, it's a systemctl, it's a user space service. So you started with systemctl -- user restart and the name of the service. So if you ever happen to have to do something like this, it might save you some time. Okay, so I'm good with that. Let us move to this. Okay, so what I usually do on those streams is go through the tickets on the Fedora Infrastructure repositories that have been flagged as easy fixes, either by the easy fix tag or good first issue or whatever. There's a few of them, and I have this list here that is kept up to date, and I am going to have a look at what we could look at today. And once we've decided on one, maybe I'll pick one up, maybe I'll ask you if there's one that you're more interested in than another, depending on how urgent that might be. And then I'll try to fix it and push the fix, and so it'll show you how easy our applications are to contribute to, or how uneasy, depending on the application itself, and how you could get to that. Okay, so let's have a look at the Fedora Infrastructure repositories. So there's Anitya, there's an issue here, but it's already assigned. I'm gonna skip it. So data grepper, all right. So yeah, so this issue is about, so I don't know if you're familiar with data grepper and data number. Basically, oh wait, let me lower my sound a little bit because it's going into the yellow. Okay, so there's a messaging bus in the Fedora Infrastructure where applications talk to each other, and all those messages are stored by something called data number into a very big database. Very big, very big, very big. And there's an API to query this database, and it's called data grepper. So this issue here, well, it's more of a feature request actually, would be to add a page that lists all the topics that have gone through the bus in the past weeks, I don't know, days maybe, sometime. I started writing that down and then realized that it's actually a pretty long query to do in data number if you are trying to hit older tables, because data number is based on timescaledb, which is a system based on PostgreSQL that will store time-based values in a way that make it still fast to access if you're looking at the recent data, and a little bit slower to access if you're looking at older data. So as a result, if you want to list all the topics, you need to list all the messages, well, more or less. And if you look too far in the past, that's gonna be a problem. But we could write one that is all the topics in the past week, for example. I think a week is okay. All right, data number. Data number has the ability to query the message headers. It's there. It's in the database already. It's stored as a JSON blob, so you can access it. You can use JSON path to query precisely the headers of the messages, but it's not accessible through the API. So yeah, so that's gonna be a ticket to add it to the API basically. Fast JSON, yay! So fast JSON, there's some work to be done here. First, the tests are currently inside the main Python package, so we install them with the rest, and it's pretty useless. Well, we don't have to, and it'll save us some space, so we should move that away from out of the main package. That's very, very easy. It's just Python project management, very simple. Then there's documentation issues here, so I'm not going to do that today because it's less visual. Fed message that's being retired. Fedora messaging, yeah, reuse is a tool by the FSF to force a project to flag the license of all its files. So that is going to check that all the files have a license header, basically. I think it's a pretty good tool to use, and so this ticket is about adding it to Fedora messaging. All right, FMN. So this issue is about the messages, well, the emails that FMN send out. They don't have the received by headers, that are very common in email. And so it's kind of hard to know where it was delayed, if it was delayed. So that will be about adding those received by headers. There's no way to exclude an application from the list. I think this is kind of urgent and I should do that first. And the reason I'm saying that is because there's been people complaining that it's annoying in FMN to get messages from Bugzilla, because Bugzilla is already sending you an email when there's an update. So you get a kind of duplicated messages, which is not nice. So yeah, so let's add a way to exclude an application instead of just including them. That's UI stuff. Free API fast, it's taken. Notify on crawl failures, yeah, there's that as well. It's a little bit big for today, so I'm not going to go into this one. Mirror Manager 2 is the application that we use to manage our mirrors in the Fedora infrastructure. So there's a lot of mirrors, hundreds of them, and Mirror Manager is checking that they are up to date, and if they're not up to date, and if they're not up to date for too long, it's going to take them off the list of available mirrors, basically. This is all done by Mirror Manager. On this ticket here, notifying crawl failures, blah, 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 is about sending a message when the host has been crawled and it's marked inactive, so that the admin may know about it. There is a ticket here to add Flask Health, and I think somebody has contributed it, so I could have a look at it and do the review. So you would see how I do pull request reviews. And I think that's a very important part of my job. So yeah, that's an option. Okay, so I think this one has been done. It's not assigned, it should be assigned. Let me check. I think I've done it last week or the week before. Not last week, I was sick last week, so I couldn't do this stream. But I'm better today. Yeah, it's done. Okay, so let me assign it to myself. And this one is still open. I could just merge it and deploy, I think. Let me do it right now. No review for a week, or I should say 2 weeks, merged. There you go. Okay. Oh yeah, that's a small UI problem. When you log into Noggin, you have a toast, like a flash message that shows up saying hello, welcome, blah blah blah. And it's actually, when it disappears, it doesn't really. It's still there. It's just invisible, and you can't access the things that are behind it, which is a little bit too bad. So yeah, that's a UI thing that we should do. Oh yeah, that's also Bugzilla to fed message. Well, that's something that I'm working on a lot right now, because it's triggering a bug in I think what I think is a bug in mod auth GSS API in FastJSON. So I'm working with upstream on that one, and hopefully that's gonna get fixed soon. In the meantime, this is still open, and I could have a look at it. It's simple. It's just adding a caching layer to Bugzilla to fed message, but I wouldn't be able to test it right now because I'm testing, well, rather debugging things at the moment in this same application in OpenShift. So don't want them to conflict too much. All right, Fed Badges is the badges awarder in Fedora. We have badges, you probably know that. And Fed Badges is the component that listens to events happening on the infrastructure and sends those events through a set of rules and awards badges as a result of those rules matching. So Tank Crier is a pretty cool application, well, library or app maybe, that helps you generate a change log that is actually readable by users. So that will be about using it. The list of banned user is currently hard-coded in the code, which is bad. We should just make it configurable. Very simple, pretty quick. I haven't done that because I was waiting to do it on the stream, and I didn't. This wasn't a priority. So, but it's very simple. If you guys want to have a look at that, if you're interested in badges and you want to look at this, it's very simple. All right. Okay. Mode. All right. Power exporter. All right. Tarrier. Okay. Yes, I know about that one. Turn trial again. Well, okay, there's this one. It's assigned. I haven't. Did I see it being assigned? Sorry, I don't remember. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, it's been almost a month now, but so let's just wait a little more. CSV submission. I think that's done already. Badges monthly leaderboard missing the last day. Yep, that's still up. And Gravata fallback. Okay. Tarrier API. Yeah. Changelog to Markdown and use turn cry again. Okay, I think I'm going to go with the FMN one. No way to exclude an application because it's been bugging people for a while already. So I'm going to go with that unless there's something else that you are very, very interested in. In which case, sure, I'll have a look. And while I'm doing that, I'm happy to listen and try to answer any questions, even on something totally unrelated. So yep, don't restrain yourself. Oops. All right, so what is this about? Let's start VS Code, which is what I'm using right now. Okay, let's start VS Code now. And let's open FMN. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna need all those. Close. Thank you. So, first thing to do is update my repo. I'm gonna click on that, pull all the commits. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's first thing first, let's assign it. I'm gonna assign the issue to myself so that other people know they shouldn't work on it. Now I'm going to create a new branch. How's it called? 1092. Okay. Create a new branch. Fix 1092. All right. And now what I'm going to do is start the application, so I can know where I'm from. I can look at where I'm coming from, and I'll be able to do more. So this application has to be started. Oh wait, what? Oh yeah, this application needs tiny stage. So, oh, that's too bad. What are we doing? So I'm going to fix an issue. Well, a feature request. I'm going to add a feature to FMN, which is the system where messages come in and they get translated into notifications. Yeah, 75%. Yes, it's not the system. Well, I usually use that when I'm as a terminal when I'm streaming. I'm usually on my regular desktop. I have an opacity. Well, it's partly transparent. The problem is that I'm using console, and you can't, unless I'm mistaken, in console you can't set a color scheme or a theme for the entire window. It's only per tab. So if I open a new tab, I'm falling back to my default setup. So anyway, that's not that wasn't what the question was. Not like Kitty. Wait, what? Okay, so FMN is the notifier. You can choose which application to include in the message in the rule that you create, but you can't exclude applications. So let's start it. Let's add that. So first, I'm gonna go into tiny stage, which is a set of vagrant VMs to reproduce some of the staging environment, such as the authentication layer, basically. And that's what we're going to use today. Oh, looks like it's already up. Cool. And now I'm going to go to FMN and start Vagrant as well. We're still, most of our applications are still based on Vagrant as a development environment. We are looking into moving to something else, probably container-based, because Vagrant is not open source anymore. But we haven't really made that switch yet. I am currently investigating what we could do for Tiny Stage, and that's a set of VMs, or will be a set of containers, but they need to talk to each other. They need to have their hostname distributed. We need ideally to be able to edit the contents of the containers, like change the code or add things. So it's not straightforward, but I'll end up with something at some point. Okay, is it running? Let's look. It's taking a long time to log in because I'm pretty sure that it's doing GSS API authentication. All right, let's start them. FN API start, of course. FMN frontend start. That should be enough for what we want to test. So we are on fmn.tinystage.test / blah, blah, blah. And it is not running. fmn.tinystage.test. Yeah, it should be. What's with that? It is not running. Oh yeah, that's probably okay. That's all right. Wait, you're Italian? No, I'm French. I'm French. So I thought you could tell by my weird accent. I guess we didn't have, well, we didn't get all. It's install, not is install. Let's do that again. npm I, yep. I just used install to be more verbose because I like to waste keystrokes. But indeed, that's what's going on. npm install. So it's gonna get all my dependencies. It's kind of weird. I thought I had done that before, but apparently I didn't. Okay. So our code here is in two parts. So in FMN, there's a front end and a back end. Well, there's actually several backends, but there's a front end and an API backend. And that's what we're going to be looking into. So front end is written in Vue.js. That's where it is. SRC, components, rule edit form, I suppose. Destination, okay. That's a generation rule list, okay. What is this generation rule list? It's in, okay, it's in rule edit, okay, yeah. So I suppose that's gonna be into filter applications. Okay, choose applications, get applications. This is a call to the backend where I get all my applications. Okay, I'm probably going to do, have to do another one and then teach the backend about this new exclude applications thing. Okay, is it gone? Is it running? Yes. Restart. Status. It is running. What is it looking like now? It is still not running. Oh. Okay. I'm not actually sure that it's listening on that port. It's yeah, it is 5173. Weird. Okay. Do we have the? Oh yeah, it's waiting on. No, 5173. Okay. Yep. Just a minute. Just refreshing the host files. Can I get to the API right here? No. Okay, so I think my FMN VM doesn't have the right name. Wait a minute. Blah, 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 124.1. Okay, let's have a look at what we have. Yes. One to 4.1. Well, yeah. Well, that's kind of weird. I don't know why it's not. Oh yeah, I'm not on the right VM. Okay. Yes, 168. Okay, cool. It is correct. Okay, so I should be able to address it. Do I have firewalls or something? That would be weird. I do not. What's going on here? fmn.tinystage.test. Empty reply. 5.1, what was it? 5.1. Five 173. What's going on here? Why doesn't answer my request? Yes, not HTTPS. Thank you. Ah. Okay. Wait, what's going on here? Empty reply from server. But wait. Is it blocking something? That'll be new. Oh, HTTPS. Okay. I have certs? Huh. Interesting. Ah, yeah, okay, so it is just, okay, it is listening, just not on, but am I listening on, yes, apparently I am, okay. So I am listening on HTTPS, sorry about that, it's been a while since I hacked on this one. Okay, so that's my development environment. Okay. I have events referring to me, cool. This is my rule. I have my generation destination here, and I can choose the applications that I want and those that I do not want. In order to get the available destinations, please try again later. Really? What's going on? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Okay, for unauthorized. Okay. I guess it's fine. It's just yeah, it's fine. It's because I'm hacking on something unrelated to that, and about FastJSON. So I've changed some things on FastJSON, and I probably have to regenerate the key tab. It's fine, nothing critical. Okay, so what I'd like to do is add exclude applications. I'm gonna start with the backend. That's gonna be easier, or I think it's gonna be easier. Famous last words, you know. So on the backend, in FMN, I have core and I have rules. All right, filter, cool. So there's filter, there's applications here. I'm gonna create a new one called excluded applications. How surprising. Excluded applications. Actually, I should make it, yeah, I should just make it inherit from the other one. So I don't have to repeat my init, because it's going to be pretty much the same. Just a list of applications as parameters. The matches, though, is going to be different. So if I don't have any parameters, then I'm always matching. If I do have any parameter, I must check that the application is not in self.params. Okay. Good. Okay, so now I'm gonna teach the backend about this. So let me look at all the places where I have applications, and I'm gonna follow the, yes, okay. So yeah, FMN filters, that's the list of filters that we have. Okay, we need another one, of course. It's gonna be excluded. So that's the list of entry points in Python. That's pretty much how you do plugins. Even though it's a little more complex than that, but there are other ways that are pretty good, but this one is very popular. Okay. And now this is something that I'm going to regenerate later, so I do not mind it right now. Okay, so there's a, yeah, I would like to check that the endpoint is returning what I think it should return. So there's handlers. No, that's not handlers. API. Yeah, API handlers. I guess it's in MISC. Get applications. That's it. Okay. Yeah. So this lists the entry points. So it's all good. Right. It lists the applications from whatever schema, whatever messaging schema we have installed. So that doesn't change, okay? What does change is this class. Here I have filter application. It is going to be pretty similar, to the point that I'm going to make a superclass. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna call that base filter application. I'm very inspired. Base filter application. It is going to take as argument, this is get application, that's all good. It is going to take as a property well, not a value, not null. It is going to take the title or label, maybe? I should say label probably. Yeah, label. Label, that's going to be a string. There's going to be a placeholder, a string as well. It doesn't have to be given, I mean, that's fine. And the name, of course. Yeah, the name. That's the most important thing. Value, no, that's not something that I'm looking for. Okay, choose, oh yeah, there's more. Placeholder, that's already, I already have that. Okay, that's cool. Right, so now I'm going to replace that with, so, props dot label. There you have the name. So that's going to be props dot name. Here you have the placeholder. So props dot placeholder. And that's it. And now my filter application, the main one, is going to be using that. So import base filter application. Thank you. I do not need all that, clearly. It's going to be much simpler because all the work is done in the other one. And I'm going to be calling base filter application with the name is applications. The label is application. Doesn't have the colon. And the placeholder. Choose applications. There you go. And all that can go away. Okay. Right, now I can make another one, which is going to be called filter exclude applications, or excluded to be coherent. Or, well, no, yeah, excluded application, yeah, that's fine. And that's going to be pretty much the same, except it's going to be excluded applications all the way to ignore. I'm gonna have to make a small pause because of the toilet, and I'll be back in a very short time. And I'm back. Okay, so I have this new one. Okay, and now I'm gonna add it to my, I think it's called destination or generation rule model. Filter list. Filter list. Okay, what's that? Filter list. Okay, there it is. So let's go with import filter excluded applications. And I'm going to do it to put it. It would be better if it was one besides the other, right? That would look better. No? So I'm going to move the topic pattern. Well, topic pattern is a little bit of an yeah, I'm going to move this. I'm going to move the my action up on the side of severity. And I'm going to add the exclude application here. All that is very simple work for now. What's going to be much more fun is when I'll be sending that to the API. When I'm doing a edit rule mutation, very well. Well, do I have, well, like, for example, if I look at front end, do I have applications? Yes, okay, it's going to be generated, but I'll have to regenerate it. That's all good. That's all fine. That's not interesting. Yes, yes, yes. It might just work, actually. There's a filter list. Okay, that's commented out. Okay. It might just work. Oh, yeah. Of course, that's not... Yeah, I need a table, I think. I think I need a new table. In the backend. I think so. Let me check. Let me check. Filter. Hey, maybe not. Maybe I was smart. Maybe I was smart this time. Okay. Let's try it and see how it breaks. So now I have severities, my actions, applications, excluded applications. Let's say I want to exclude Bugzilla. Okay. Oops, hey. Okay, clicked outside, well done. Oh, request failed with code 500. That's wrong. Oh yeah, that's basically this one. Okay, that's fine. It's actually fine. Excluded applications. Okay. Did it actually happen? Like, is it back in the database? Was it so simple? Or save it. Okay, it doesn't crash. Fine. If I look back at my events, yeah, it's gone. Okay, so that's my post. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it excludes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't read that. Okay, it's probably in the models that I'm expecting in the backend. Let's have a look at the API. Okay. Actually, what I could do is have a look at the other. So there's my actions, right? Let's have a look at this. Yes. Ah, yes, there it is. API model. Okay, so that's what the backend is reading from the query. So of course it has to be excluded applications. It has to be added here. Okay. I've already changed that. That's good. Let's try again. Okay. Yup, doesn't look like it has done anything with it. Let's have a look at what the... Yeah, it is there. Did the backend get it? That's a good question. Let's have a look. Edit user rule. Let's see what our backend gets. Okay, yeah, that's wrong. Of course, that's wrong. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, of course, yeah, it's gonna fail publishing, but that's fine for now. Let's try it again. Yeah, I know about that one. Save it. Okay. Future blah blah blah. Task exception was never retrieved. That's not what I'm worried right now. It's a put into... Oh, it didn't print anything. Oh yeah. Or does it? It doesn't print anything. I'm pretty sure it's put to rules and the ID of the rule. Is that right? Let's move that so you can actually read something. So it was a... Where's the put? Put rule. Okay, that's the right endpoint. That's all good. Okay. Why did it not print? Maybe because there's a ton of things it did print and I didn't see it. That's entirely possible. Future. No, that's not the one. Maybe I need to restart it. Why didn't restart it? That's maybe the reason. It's not clear that it might reload this or not. Okay, try again now. Yeah. Maybe not see messages. Save it. Incoming rule. I got it. All right. So yeah, I didn't restart the backend. So name, disable, tracking rule, generation rules. Okay, destination. Okay, filters. So I have applications. Exclude applications. I did get it. Cool. So Exclude applications, great. Okay, so it did save it. It's just that I didn't restart the backend, so I couldn't see it. Okay, this print was entirely unnecessary. Okay, so it is saving it. That's good. That was surprisingly little work. Can this be all? Severities, my actions, applications, excluded applications. Let's test it. Okay, so I have a few filters in my tests already. Core, no. Tests SSC, it's probably at the top level. Tests. Okay. I have a test applications here, and I'm going to duplicate it for the excluded applications. Tests excluded applications. Okay, so I received something from app1. I have filtered, well, it's filtered out actually, but that's fine. I have filtered app1 and app2, and I should be false here because app1 is in my list. App3 is not in my list, so I should be true here. App1, when there is no list, it always passes, and that's the case check. Of course, exclude applications is from here. Let's run this test. Sorry about that. Okay. So what do we have? We have Pi 312. And I want to test only test excluded application, and I don't need coverage. Thank you very much. Please run that. It passes, but I've seen something red. Yep. Not something I'm going to fix right now. Okay, so I think that might be all. Of course, this requires a lot of testing in staging, making sure that that it works, but it's looking good. Let's have a look at the difference there's still something that I need to do is add a news fragment. So that's in changelog.d. So directory run town crier, create -m, I think, or C, maybe it's C. Allow excluding. Add a filter to exclude. Yeah. Filter to exclude applications. Okay, and that's ticket number 1092. Feature. Oh yeah, it's not feature, it's called changed or added. Yes. All right. So I have this new 1092.added thing. Add a filter to exclude applications. Very well. I'm going to see what my changes were. So I have made change in test filter. Yes, that's expected. That's just my test. Thank you. Oh yeah, I should run the entire thing with the coverage and all. I have made changes here. Yes. Filter and filter excluded. Good. I have this new file that is a a refactor of the filter application widget. This has of course become a lot more simple, and that's the code. Okay, so filter, that's no this one. Yes, so I've added the filter, it matches correctly, that's good. API models, I accept this new variable from the front end. Okay, that's not it as well. Consumer, that's not something. Yeah, this one is the news fragment, the changelog fragment. Do I have a change here? Yes, exclude applications, absolutely. Oh yes, if I change my PyProject.uml, I need to rebuild. Poetry lock, no update. I need to rebuild the log file. Thank you. And as a result, the log file should be here somewhere. It's going to show up. Oh yes, my tests were failure. Okay, that's a failure. I do have 100% coverage though, so that's pretty cool. Yes, test list rules, of course, that's going to be different. Okay, so test list rules. It's in test admin. Oh, sorry. So, yes, applications, that's not the only one anymore. Exclude applications, very well. Same stuff here. I'm just going to copy and paste it here. We'll have 2 tests. Test list rule. Okay. And test list rule username. Okay. And there's the last one. Test create user rule. That's in test users. That's the other test user. It's in handlers. Okay. One in handlers. Okay. Oh yeah. Create user rule. Okay. Generation rule. Destination. Filters. Well, yeah. Yes. Do it. Now I'm going to add those 2 files to my change set. I should have added the PyProject.uml. How come? I did run the poetry lock, no updates. Did it not change anything? That is surprising. Oh, it didn't. Okay, cool. Maybe when I change something in the entry points, it doesn't get reflected into the log file, which is totally normal, totally fine. How's the chat doing today? I'm pretty lonely here. That's fine. There's always the replays. Okay, this time it all passes and it's 100% coverage. That's all good. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna commit it. Okay. Add a, well, I'm gonna reuse that. Add a filter to exclude applications. Fixes 1092. Do it. It's running pre-commits, so that's why it takes a while. Okay, done. And now I'm gonna be able to push it. So PUF is an alias that I've made for push upstream fork. Push push dash dash set upstream fork. Fork is the name of my remote, of my fork basically. So I'm gonna create my pull request now. Did I add a changelog fragment? Yes. Did I add or update all the documentation? Well, I don't think there is any. Tests for new functionality? Yes, I have the tests. Screenshots? Not really. DB migration, but there isn't any. Okay. Does this seem fair? I think it does. Oh yeah, I need to regenerate. You know, there's the, how do you call that? Generate TypeScript type. Poetry, run, generate TypeScript types. Oh yeah, of course. Python, generate TypeScript types. Thank you. Because my tabs have changed. So if I look at the change, there is no, oh, there's new stuff. There's new stuff, that's cool. Let's see if it still passes my type checks. npm run type check. Because I see a lot of new things. I'd be surprised if I didn't need to change anything in there. Oh, you kidding me? Pretty cool. Pretty cool, let me tell you. Okay. Okay, so I'm adding that to my commit and amending it. And pushing this back to the server, to GitHub. Okay, it seems correct. Let's see if that works. I'm gonna just wait for those unit tests to pass. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, I'm here to answer. Also, I'll drink some tea. Might take a while, so. Exclude me. Excuse me while I have a snack. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna forget to turn my mic back on, so I'm doing it now. There's a lot of unit tests to pass, so takes a while. There you go. The unit tests have passed. So it should all be smooth sailing from now on. Okay, it's all good. I'm just gonna wait for somebody to review that, and we could consider this done. All right. I'm gonna stop here then, and unless you have any questions, hello, and unless you have any other questions that you want me to answer, otherwise, I'll just close it here and hope that you could see that it's not so horribly hard to contribute to FMN. If there are things that you want to add in there, or things that it does that you think should be done differently, etc., etc. All right. And if there's nothing, then I'm gonna stop here, and I'll wish you a wonderful weekend. See you next week. Goodbye, everyone.